little cinder shit. It's slippery, man. It's slippery. That was the most people that I saw back there at that junction. I forget the name of that junction. Dogbone Junction? It's some kind of junction. I forget the name of it. I can't remember like street names or trail names. See, there's the reservoir down there. And when you're up at that summit, you can see all of that. It's a really nice. If you want to see it, I made an earlier video going up to that summit, so you can check that out. Oh, I see a bunch of bikes up here. There's a bunch of bikes. Some adventure bikes, by the looks of it. Bigger adventure bikes, you know, them big heavy ones. Not my kind of bikes, but you know, everybody likes something. I've actually seen that one bike out here before, that blue DR. I know there's a lot of DRs, but I recognize the guy. He always wears the same, he's always on the blue DR, and he always has his blue armor on. It could be a coincidence, it could be, you know, I don't know. I'm rambling again. Yeah, you know, them adventure bikes are real heavy in comparison to what I'm on. But if you're doing, you know, if you're making trips where you're packed up and you got your tent and all your camp gear and you're, you know, going a ways on the bike, then I can understand having that kind of a bike, because you know they're pretty good for the road portion of your trip. Whereas if you put more, if you put like real racks and packs on this bike, which is a 350, I mean, you know, I go on the freeway with this bike, but I feel like it's, to do 70 miles an hour, I can tell that the bike sort of has its tongue out, you know what I mean? And then if you had it all packed up with, you know, your camp gear, which is an easy 20 pounds more, you're really, I don't know, you're reaching the limits of the bike. So if you're doing all that long distance adventure riding kind of a thing, then I can totally understand wanting that kind of a bike. Now, I don't know where that part of that road goes. I don't know where that goes. We'll have to check that out at another time. But you know, I had a KLR for a while, and I took a few trips on that, fully packed, you know, with the tent, all your camp gear, blah blah blah. And I got an ATV guy behind me, so I'm gonna let him pass if I can find a place up here. I'm gonna let him go by. Here's the I don't know. I just wanted to let those guys go past, because ATV buggies normally, they like to go. I don't know what those other two were doing on that Kawasaki. I particularly do not like the ride. Well, there's another little adventure trail up yonder. I don't know where that goes. We'll try that another time. I don't really like riding, I don't like having a passenger when I'm off-road, because, I mean, it really affects your balance. I just don't like it. I'm not really a big fan of riding two up, period. I don't even really like it on the street. I mean, I've done it a lot, especially when I was living in Asia, because, I mean, you know, that's your main transportation there. So in Asian countries, you'll see 4 or 5 people on a motorcycle, which is common. But I don't really like having a whole bunch of people on my bike. Start leaning against you, it's a pain. I don't know where these ATVers park. Well, maybe back at that junction, I did see a trailer, and there's like a place to pull over. When we first came here by that gun club, I've seen people leave their trucks and trailer there. And at the very end of this road, there's some places, but where these two ATVs, where their home camp is, I don't know. Some people go at that RV park place down off of OTT Lakes, and then they drive the ATVs up from there. I'm actually seeing more Jeep truck traffic today than bikes. But I figured we'd see some action. Just when we're at the north end of this, I don't think as many people go up there. They usually start off of that RV, off of OTT Lakes Road. That's the most popular access point to this truck trail. I can see the ATVers over there. They're not going as crazy as a lot of them go. That's Mexico over there. Mexico. It's warm today, but it's pleasant. I mean, I have gear on and I'm not dying. I don't know what's up here. I'm just going to take a little quick looky-loo. wanted to have another perspective. These are just like little campgrounds. I mean, places that people have camped at. Let me come out of here, folks. Wow. We got everybody and their cousin wanting to go up there. Must be a popular alternative little route if that many people are going back there. I mean, they were all going back there. Like, what's up, fellas? A little. I've been on this part of the road before. We're not that far from the end of it, actually. Gravity alone can take you the rest of the way down from here. BML gate. So that's another thing that we can check out at another time. See what I'm talking about? There's all these other little side excursions off of this, so you don't always have to stay on this main pea gravel road. You have all that other stuff to explore too. Just take it easy down on this gravel shit. I mean, it's all okay, but if you come down here in a hurry, I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to stop. And I've seen another bike do that, and he skidded and crashed down, and he was okay. I think his ego was hurt more than anything. But, I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's very difficult to stop on this stuff. It would be a lot easier if there wasn't any of the gravel. If it was just hard pack, then you'd be okay. But, you know, this is almost the same thing as like if you put this tiny little cinder shit on asphalt, you know, you slide and skid all around, same deal. I'm just so used to riding slow that it doesn't really bother me. I've never had any type of race mentality when I'm on a bike. Even if I'm on the street, I don't feel like I have to show off or, you know, race anybody, because the majority of people that run and get into trouble are usually going too fast for present conditions. If I would have kept on going on that little dirt thing back there, I would have had to contend of having those 6 to 8 pickups right on my heels. I would have let them go by. I don't like to explore if there's somebody right on my tail, and I don't like to feel like I'm holding anybody up, because everybody travels at, you know, their own pace. Not that the four-wheelers are gonna like go really fast, but I'm just saying. There's more border patrol up here. Pickup that has a diesel tank in the back. That's the little reservoirs for fighting fire. When this shit's like on fire, they tap into that water. I think periodically they might even come and top that stuff off in case like brush fires start out here and the firefighters have some auxiliary water, because it's not like you have fire hydrants up here. Now those like portable microwave towers like that down there, I think they can use at the track, like for surveillance of you know, illegal aliens. They have the tracking that it's like a huge motion detector. It picks up people movement. And since Mexico's so close, now believe it or not, I see an RV up there. This would put a strain on an RV. Apparently it has made it, but it would definitely be not an easy ride for an RV. I mean, these ruts and everything, I mean, everything would be flying all around in an RV, you know? If not everything is secured, you'd be getting beat up with all the shit flying around. We're gonna pass it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Freaking Winnebago up here. Right up yonder. Hello. That might have been as far as they got, and now they're like, oh shit, how do we turn around? See, that's the bad thing. You know, if you bring an RV up here, how are you going to get by other vehicles? An RV is much wider than a Jeep. And if you have to back down in an RV, I mean, here's plenty of room here to turn around, but I mean, sometimes you're not at a convenient place like this if there's other people coming. I would never bring an RV up here, but as you can see, it doesn't stop some people. They obviously brought theirs up here. I don't see any real advantage because this doesn't really go anywhere. It's not like you can come up here and like camp. So I don't know what they were thinking, or they might have not been thinking. Oh, there's the love couple on the KLR. I personally would not feel comfortable with a passenger on a dirt road like this. I mean, maybe it's just me. That guy obviously is, or he wouldn't be tearing down the mountain like this with his girlfriend or wife or whoever. But we're almost at the end. And when you do have to stand up, what is your passenger going to do? They can't stand up with you. I would never do it. Shit. that work yard right there is the end of the trail. That actually is the first time on this that I've seen somebody riding 2-up on their bike. I, for one, to me, it wouldn't be an enjoyable ride at all. Wow. We're going to end it right here, folks.